see this happening every day, well, in the world in a big way, but even among our own people. A whole lot of people, not a small percentage, a large percentage of people, they will do something has to be done, let's say, some task. It doesn't happen. When it doesn't happen, the initial instinct is, it's because of her, it didn't happen. It's because of him, it didn't happen. But we have largely cured that for our people. That they can't point fingers at anybody. You will see a whole lot of people will look for some metaphysical reason as to why it did not happen. Ennamo theriyala Sadhguru, edo ellame panno, correct panno, ennamo theriyala. Essentially they're blaming me, Sadhguru, your grace is not working. From day one of engineering, even from the free introductory, only one thing that we've been trying to nail into your head is, if something is not working, obviously it's not done well. Hello? Something is not done well. Maybe you're not able to figure it right now, that's not the point. But something is not working. Something did not work the way it should. We obviously did not do something right. But people look for metaphysical solutions. For a whole lot of people, this is what mysticism means. Simple things in their lives they complicate, and that's mystical. No, mysticism means the most mystical things that you cannot perceive through your five senses or your fundamental logic that you have. To make that available in a reasonably logical way, this is mysticism. But to make simple things unavailable and metaphysical is not mysticism of any kind. So you must understand this. If everything that you try to do is becoming frictious, friction is happening, obviously you're the sandpaper. You know what's a sandpaper? I'll ask them to provide you a sandpaper, a small piece. Every day whenever you have a friction with somebody, just scrape your skin somewhere. So if you don't cure yourself quickly, you won't have any skin left. When you don't have any skin left, then you will not touch anything. You will not you will not look for any friction. You will walk in… Suppose you had no skin, how would you walk? Even a little feather won't touch you, like that you will walk, isn't it? Because everything hurts now. So if you want that kind of treatment, we can do. Otherwise, first come to your senses. Friction is happening means, wherever you go, friction is happening. Obviously it's you. One simple thing you can do to reduce friction is, I've told you many times but you've not done this, is whatever you're saying in a day or in an hour or in a minute, how many words per minute are you uttering? Bring it down to 50%, still do the same work. You will see a whole lot of friction will go down, simply because you're not blabbering. Yes. And we've been trying to train you. Whatever you see, whether you see a man, woman, child, cow, donkey, donkey also, you do. No. How will friction not happen? It will happen. So, Only when Sadhguru is here like this, the rest of the time like this, it won't work. Bring this into you, not just as a symbolism, genuinely. So, friction, there are two kinds, one within ourselves. Outside is just an expression and a consequence. So, this whole thing about inner engineering means just this, that when you sit here, you can sit here without any friction. If you can sit here without any friction, outside friction also will go down. But when you meet a sandpaper, there must be some friction. There are sandpapers. Hello? So when you meet a sandpaper, there must be friction. Otherwise how? There will be. So generally we avoid sandpaper if we can, but sometimes we have to work with them. When we have to work with the sandpaper, you need tact. This is something you have to learn, this will not come. This is nothing spiritual about it, this is tact in the society. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it's a question of skill. Some people who are not spiritual in any way, they are very tactful when they meet sandpapers. You will see these kind of agents and others who are working in government offices and in political atmospheres, they are so smooth. It doesn't matter how rough the other person is, these people just… they'll just get their job done and leave. So, working with sandpaper takes a little bit of skill and experience. Nothing spiritual about it, it's a social skill. But generally, in the ashram, there are very few sandpapers. Once in a way, people pop up sand on them, but they drop it, They don't keep it all the time. Sometimes they are like that. They're not like that all the time. So when they are like that, when the porcupine has its thing up, you must just keep away a bit. When it's down, you can talk to it. It doesn't keep it up all the time. It doesn't have the strength to do that. So, your friction, you must understand it's just you. What should I do? What should I do? I won't tell you. I will not tell you. This is all you have to do. We will get a special donkey for you. You must bow down from the rear. Not from the front. Sadhguru, I went and touched donkey's hoofs. No, from the front it doesn't work. From the rear, it works. You have found cocoons of comfort. There are many comfort zones you created. Any disturbance of that, you're disturbed now. When you were young, you were not looking for comfort, you were looking for life. Now you're not looking for life, you're looking for comfort, safety. See, when you were 16, 18, you had wild dreams as to what you want to do with your life. By the time you became 25, you cut down all the frills and thought, this is all not practical, I am becoming practical now. All that happened is you were becoming a coward, but you said, I am becoming practical, and cut down many things and said, if I get a job, if I earn my living, this is okay. By the time you're 35, you're thinking, if I don't get into any trouble, that's enough. You're not looking forward to anything great happening. If I don't get into trouble, that's enough. But that's when you start getting into trouble. So, you're not looking at life with zest, you're looking at life as safety. The more security-oriented you are, the more disturbed you will be with every change that happens in your life. The essence of physical existence is change, isn't it? Isn't it so? Everything is changing. Is there anything that's not changing? Everything in the existence is changing, isn't it? The physical existence is constantly changing. The very essence of physical reality is change. Nothing is constant. Even the so-called static states are dynamic in nature, everything is changing. So if you resist change, you are resisting life. If you want an unchanging life, there's one beautiful place where nothing changes, that's your grave. Either you must go to your grave or you must get enlightened if you don't want change. Then somewhere inside everything is same. But otherwise, as long as you're a part of the physical process of the existence, everything is changed, there is nothing that is not changing. See, this moment you're inhaling, next moment you're exhaling, it's change, isn't it? If you don't want change, you stop it. So when you resist change, you must understand you're resisting the very process of life, not just your life, you're resisting the very fundamental process of life. Invariably, you will invite all kinds of suffering. If you're living and you want to be dead, you will ask for trouble, isn't it? You must be living. When you're living, you must live totally. If you want to die, you must do that efficiently. These are inefficient ways of killing yourself, really. Unhappiness and depression are inefficient ways of killing yourself, isn't it so? At least be efficient. I can give you 10 different ways to die. Anyway, Hussain Sagar is there. Is it still water in it? Okay. So, you need to understand this. Once you resist change, you're resisting the whole process of life and you will create unnecessary suffering. So once you resist change, depression is a natural process. Frustration, when change happens, frustration, depression. Frustration and depression are… on a certain day, the devil decided to retire. Because he is retiring, he decided to put all the tools of his trade for a garage sale. So he opened up discount sale, all the devil's tools. There's a huge rush. There are all kinds of things, anger, hatred, jealousy, this one, that one, everything on the table. All of you people went and bought it up in no time. Everything was sold out in the first hour, all his tools. The whole humanity has bought it, isn't it? But he had still one more bag and what's your name? Leena? Leena went and asked the devil, "What's in that bag? Isn't that for sale?" He said, "No, no, these are the prize tools. Just as souvenirs, I want to keep them because they have worked best to do my job." Leena said, "No, I want it, please. Won't you sell that?" Devil said, "No, no, no, these two tools that I have in this bag, they have worked so wonderfully well in my whole career that I would like to keep them as my souvenirs." Once Leena said, many other people joined behind her and, "Please, put it on sale, put it on sale, put it on sale." Then the devil pulled out and said, "Okay, if you're giving a good price, let me put it on sale." Then it pulled out frustration and depression and put it on table. These two are the best of the devil's tools. If you want to destroy your life, frustration, you start with frustration, develop into depression. You're there. There's nothing worse than that. You'll work against yourself. And the moment you resist change, frustration is natural. Once frustration comes, it'll naturally evolve into depression. So, you put it on sale.
Take a moment now, just pause. Take a deep breath. Breathe in slow and breathe out gently. Let everything you have heard settle into silence for a few seconds. In life, sometimes things flow and sometimes they don't. There are moments when no matter how hard we try, it feels like the whole world is rubbing against us. Like we are swimming upstream, and even simple things turn into struggles. In such times, it is very easy to feel frustrated, confused, or even broken. But just because something feels difficult now doesn't mean it wrong. Sometimes friction comes not to break you, but to polish you, to refine what is within you. There is no shame in facing friction. Everyone at some point meets resistance on the outside, from others, or even more often from within ourselves. That tightness we feel when we want things to go our way, but they don't. That is also life way of showing us that something needs to shift, not necessarily in the world, but perhaps in how we hold ourselves. You are not alone in this feeling stuck or pushed around by the chaos of life. Many people carry the same questions in their hearts. The important things is not to fight with this moment, but to learn to sit with them, to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, with your breath, and your being. And maybe, just maybe, we begin to notice something subtle. When we stop pushing so hard against what is, when we soften a little, when we stop trying to control every outcome, life in its quiet way start to move us again. Sometimes the smallest shift inside can open a big door outside. So if you are feeling that nothing is working and everything is rubbing you the wrong way, don't rush to escape it. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient. Look within without judgment. Sometimes all it takes is one moment of stillness, one breath of clarity to change the whole inner landscape. Let life move you. Let change teach you. Even the friction is not against you, it may just be a message waiting to be heard in stillness. So, thank you so much for being here today, for showing up for yourself, and for simply listening with an open heart. Wherever you are in life right now, however messy, confusing, or uncertain, just know that you are not broken, you are becoming. Do remember, this is not a summary of Sadhguru's word, it is simply my interpretation of the deep wisdom he imparted. Kindly keep them separated and do not misunderstand. Thank you for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, please take care. Namaskar.
चंद्रचूड़ शिव शंकर पार्वती रमणा निनगे नमो नमो